I am a very stylish girl.
Hey there everybody, Tribal Butterflies back again, and welcome to this month's episode of Ask a Girl Who Can't Define Herself. Let's get straight to the questions. Digital 200 asks, question for girl who can't define herself. Would your friends make you a brownie cake type of pastry for your birthday? And if they did, would it have any anime characters on it? What would it say on it? Actually, yes, I have had some special cakes that friends have made me throughout the years. I'm pretty sure it was my 26th birthday. I actually got lucky. I had a few surprise cakes from friends. And amazingly, and these were friends that didn't know each other, but obviously know me very well, I got some cakes that had Hello Kitty on them, which was awesome. Well, I only have pictures of one because one of them happened at work. I remember we were doing some overnight days for like a good solid 2 weeks. So one day when we were on our lunch break, they came out with this huge Hello Kitty cake, and there was only like 10 of us, so there was tons of cake. And it was gorgeous, and it had Hello Kitty on it, and it had sparkler candles, and they brought me like huge Hello Kitty balloons and just tons of Hello Kitty, and it was amazing. I think it just said like happy birthday Danny, I guess, but it was amazing and so sweet. And then I had my birthday with my friends, and we decided that we were gonna have like a sleepover, and we went to go see strippers. And and that night before we went out, my friend surprised me with this cake that she had baked herself. I was actually with my cosplay buddies at the time, and so we had a sleepover, and before we went out, she came out with this cake that she baked herself. It was all pink, and she had drawn Hello Kitty on it, and I just thought it was so cute because she did it herself, right? So yeah, it was really cute. So yeah, I have gotten Hello Kitty animated character cakes. As for brownie cakes, I don't think I've ever had a brownie cake. I did have a cookie cake, not like cookie dough. Like my cousin makes these amazing cakes that are like, it's not like a giant cookie that you cut up like a cake. It's like, I can't even describe it to you, but it's super good. And I don't know how to make it, so don't ask. But yeah, I've had some pretty great cakes. So that's actually a good question, and I'm amazed that I actually had a picture of one of them. So good job, Digital 200. Our next question comes from AdMoon108, and they ask, hi, I was wondering, since you've gone to art school and majored in fashion costume design, do you have to know how to sew before attending the class, or will they teach you how to sew? I have no sewing knowledge when it comes to sewing machines, but I do know how to sew the old-fashioned way. By the way, what school did you attend? After high school, I'm hoping to attend Art Institute of Chicago. Well, I went to the Art Institute of Vancouver, and so I'm assuming that the programs are going to be similar since they're both the Art Institute. They won't be exactly the same because the Art Institute of Toronto, which I believe isn't around anymore, they actually did have a different program than the one in Vancouver, which is why I decided to go to the one in Vancouver, because the one in Toronto, it was very fashion construction based, whereas the one I went to was very fashion construction based, but it was also very business based. And even though I knew I didn't want to go into business, I still figured, well, if I'm paying the same amount of money, then I want to learn more than just the fashion construction. Also because I kind of really wanted to move far from where I was. I had lived in Toronto all my life, 27 years at the time, 26, 27, and I just felt like I really needed to move so that I could kind of expand and grow and be more independent, right? So yeah, so I decided to move. But that's not the question you're asking. What you're asking is, what did I think of the program, and did I have to know how to sew? Now, I did know how to sew beforehand. I did. But I was self-taught, which is a big reason why I decided to go back to school for it, because I wanted to make sure that I was doing things correctly, and I wanted to learn how to do things that I didn't know how to do yet. I was pretty much the only person in my class who had any sewing experience previously. Everybody else pretty much was like you. They had no sewing machine knowledge at all. Actually, you're even better than they were, because they had no traditional sewing skills at all. They've never sewn anything in their life. So to answer your question, no, you don't have to know how to sew. They're gonna teach you everything, okay, from the very beginning. So don't worry if you don't know how to do it, because you don't need to. They'll teach you everything. So you don't have to worry about that. And the fact that you do have that traditional sewing already under your belt, that's a huge advantage, because now you can do stuff that other girls don't know how, and when they teach you how to do that stuff, you'll already be ahead of the game. So great, I mean, great, good for you. You're in the position where you don't need to have a sewing machine to make anything, but now once you learn how to do everything, you'll be able to use it if you have to, which is great. So yes, to answer your question, you do not have to have any sewing machine experience. They will teach you how to use a sewing machine. In fact, they're going to teach you how to use the industrial machine. Whereas if you had a machine at home, you probably wouldn't have an industrial, you'll probably have a domestic. So it's an entirely different feel. So don't worry if you don't know how to use a domestic. It doesn't matter, you're not going to be using a domestic in the school anyways. Does it help to have some skills with the domestic previously? Yes, it does, because you're already going to kind of have a feel for pushing down the pedal and for the foot and the speed. Well, no, the speed will probably be the one thing that is going to be a bit different, because it's much faster on an industrial, but you don't have to worry. Basic, you don't have to worry whether or not you're an expert on a sewing machine, or you've never touched it in your life, or you only know how to do hand sewing, or you don't know how to do anything at all. Doesn't matter. Everybody starts from the beginning in that course, so don't worry about it at all. And if the Art Institute of Chicago is anything like the Art Institute of Vancouver, don't worry about it. The teachers are really great, and they'll help you to learn everything. All you need is a real passion for doing it, because when you're like got a whole bunch of projects to do and you've got so much time to do it in, the only thing that makes you excited to do your projects and that makes you happy and to never ever feel like, oh, this sucks, this isn't what I was expecting, is passion. So that's all you really need in order to do great, is passion and patience and the willing to practice everything. Those are 3 P's. Well, those are the 3 P's you need. So if you have those, you will be doing great. I have full confidence that you will be fabulous. Oh, and imagination, that seriously helps too. Okay, that's it for this week. Hope you guys tune in again next month for another Ask a Girl Who Can't Find Herself video. But again, as always, I'll have another video next week, so I hope you tune in for that too. Okay, you guys, thanks a lot for watching. Bye!
I am a very stylish girl.